What up, fuckers? We're live,
Well,
Red.
dope, dope.
We're live. How's
Sure
everybody
are
going?
for the.
It's been a while. As you can see
It's
from
been a long
the
day.
tags there, we're going to do a little breakdown for the UFC tonight. May as well. For the night that's in it, ready, excited?
Yeah, I am. I have my little alarm set and all. I'll be going to
You get
bed and
up.
waking up for it. Yeah,
Right,
that.
man. Fuck that.
Well, it's just like it's because like it's the first kind of card in a long time that has like a fucking the best early prelim and prelim card like that. Like
So you're
so.
going to get up and do the whole thing, like start to finish? You're going to go to bed early?
Oh,
And go...
yeah, that's the plan.
Jesus. So what time do you go to bed?
I'll probably go to bed about 8 o'clock.
Jesus, and what? When's the so the early prelims? What are they like? 11, 12 o'clock?
Yeah, so I'm gonna.
So
Well, I don't know. I don't know what way I'm gonna like. I don't know what way. I haven't planned it out yet. Because again, I thought I was starting at 1 o'clock, but I only found out about 20 minutes ago that it's not. So, yeah. So I think it starts at I think it starts at 11 o'clock tonight our time. Because I can't stay up like sitting there watching TV no matter what I'm watching. I can't fucking sit up at it. So I don't know, but like I'm just looking at the early prelims here. Cody fucking Garbrandt starting kicking off the.
I'll pull them up. Here's the. We go through the.
It's not the early in as well.
Yeah, is that the early one? Is it? Oh no, so. Early prelims.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
So. No, but it doesn't have a. So it's starting off with it couldn't be Garbrandt Figueiredo was the first fight of the night.
It's the very first fight of the night is and then Bobby Green, Jim Miller after. Like it's
yeah, like it. My opinion on the card is, I don't think it delivers in terms of the best fights, most exciting fights. But in terms of top to bottom card wise, I don't think I've ever seen anything like it. Like there's only 2 fights I probably wouldn't care if I didn't see, and that'd be maybe Andrade Rodriguez and Wei Lee. And I can't even pronounce that one's name. I just genuinely don't give a fuck about it.
Yeah, but again, there's people that do, so you have to throw them in. But absolutely, right? Yeah, it's the same card wise. It's like because like all the other big the 299s and the 298s now, you can kind of go, Joe, I'll sleep through the prelim, and I'll wake up and I'll watch the early prelims, and then I'll wake up for the prelim card. But this is like I'm watching every fucking fight here. Like, because Jim Miller and Bobby Green's going to be a leading barnstormer as well.
I was debating. I was thinking of staying up for maybe the first couple of fights, and then I'll just watch it tomorrow. I can't fucking stay up all night. My whole next week will be ruined. Unfortunately, my tolerance for late nights has gone out the window. Old age.
We old, motherfucker. We old.
Right, so we may as well get into it. Starting from the bottom and work our way up. Figueiredo against Garbrandt. Let me hear your thoughts.
I'm gonna go with no love because he's just so explosive, and like he can win at any fight at any moment. Figueiredo's a very good fighter, but I think Garbrandt is going because this is a long card, so we'll have to be quick. I think Garbrandt's going to win this within the 3 rounds.
Yeah, well, without diving into me heart, I want Garbrandt to win, but I don't know. Figueiredo, he was big for the weight division below. He's been involved in nothing but title fights, and every fight he's in has been competitive, and like he's a strong guy and he hits hard. And I think Garbrandt's chin has been suspect the last while. Even in the fights that he's won, he gets hit and he drops. He looks suspect, and just on them grounds, I think Figueiredo's been fighting the higher level opponents, even at a lower weight class. I think Figueiredo. I'd like Garbrandt to win, though. I think if he wins, I'd be happy, but I think Figueiredo gets the win here and then throws himself in around the title picture.
Okay, so let's...
Next, we have Bobby Green and Jim motherfucking Miller.
This one again for nostalgia, you want Jim Miller to win because it's his he was at 100, 200, and now 300.
Yeah, and
so
he did fucking champion and campaign for this. He's got a. I think he's got a really, really, really good competitor in Bobby Green.
I think Bobby Green will win.
Well,
I think Bobby Green will beat him.
He's been very good. Green, obviously, the Jalen Turner fight he got lights put out pretty straightforward, but I mean the way he keeps his hands down, it's exciting. You know, Miller's gonna wade through a shot or two to try and get hands on him and probably take it to the ground or whatever. But really exciting fight. Love Jim Miller as well. He's won his last couple. He's one of those that because he's on the tail end, the back end of his career, you kind of play down his last few wins because he's not really fighting anyone top 15 or whatever, but he's taking on young guys and he's fucking doing the business with them. And he looks in great shape. He performs at the highest level. Bobby Green leaves his chin open to be hit, but at the same time, he's very quick and slick. And I don't want to see him catch Miller with something and put him out because I think it'll probably be Miller's last fight, is it? Or maybe one more. He's breaking all these records.
No, I'd say he'd probably go out on this because it's a momentous occasion. I think win, lose or draw. I think if he goes out with a win, happy days. If he goes out with a loss, he goes out with a
hate to see it on his arse. I'd hate to see it.
He doesn't deserve that, but he also doesn't deserve to go out. He doesn't deserve to end his career on a fucking dodgy decision either. So, but I think Green would be just a bit too slick for him.
Yeah,
too fast, and he'll either. I don't think either of them knocking each other out though. I think he'll go to points, and I think Bobby Green will take on points. I think
Green maybe a finish. I think like Jalen Turner, the last fella he fought, Jalen Turner is on a trajectory towards the title. Like he's that good, you know what I mean? So and the other one that fucking Green got beat fairly easy and was the Islam Makhachev one, you know what I mean? Other than that,
that's Islam.
Yeah, exactly. But other than that, he's been, in and around, say, top 10 guys, he's been fucking dealing with them. And I think Miller has been fighting guys not even in the top 15, young lads that are trying to make a rep for themselves. So in terms of strength of schedule, I think Green's fighting better guys, and I think Green gets it done. I just hope it's not what you see happening to, what was it, who was so disrespectful that they fucking kicked him in the bleeding face. It wasn't Tony Ferguson, it was the other one. What's the fucking...
Yeah, okay, I know.
Fuck, his name's just gone out of my head.
I could see the fucking actual clip in my head as well.
Someone's screaming at us right now, but
yeah, is it?
No,
that's the knee. That's the knee.
What's his name? Fuck's sake. Fought a featherweight, fought up at lightweight, but it was smaller lightweight. Fuck. He's champion, actually, was he? What's his fucking name? Anyway, he got he got kicked in the face. Who was it? Corey Sandhagen kneed him in the face, and fucking someone else. Shit, it's gone. Fuck it. Anyway, we move on. Jessica Andrade and Rodriguez. Any opinion on this whatsoever, Ed?
No. Again, I don't know. So
I know Jessica Andrade. I think I've seen your one Rodriguez fight, but I don't care.
But that's the thing. I don't know, or I don't care. Like so, may the gods bless both of them.
It's a DEI edition, is it? Get the women in there, whatever.
Yeah, no, that's probably I'll probably sleep through that. I'll have a power nap through that fight.
Right, this one I'm excited about. This one, Kyle Turner and Mike Hano. What do you think, Red?
Again, Jalen Turner, because he's a fucking. He can start anybody at any moment, and he's on decent form as well.
His Dan Hooker fight was fucking quality. It was like Dan Hooker's a bleeding dog as well. Like
he's a stud. Like, and if you can pull up with Dan Hooker, you're a very, very, very good fighter. And you should probably never be.
Moicano was getting whipped by bleeding RDA, but he's a tough cunt as well. You know what I mean? So
he's durable,
Yeah, in terms of toughness and all, it's a great matchup. But I think in terms of skill, I think Turner's going to put his lights out, and I think he's going to do it pretty quickly.
Oh, do you reckon it's going to be... No, I think Turner will win, but I think, let's say, Moicano's tough, so I reckon he'll probably take him into the later second, early third for
Like what Turner did to Bobby
tournaments.
Green really impressed me. He fucking upended him, he did. From
Yeah.
someone who's so evasive. Moicano is too tough for his own good type of fighter. He'll stand in front of you, he'll take that punishment. I think he's going to get hit with something from Turner that will put the lights out. That's where I think it's going to end.
So you're going early knockout for Turner?
Yeah.
Aye.
Maybe even second round, but I think he knocks him out. I think he hits him with something. I think Moicano gets hurt and maybe takes him down or something, but I think eventually one of the shots will do the damage, put him out.
Aye. On to the preliminers.
Right, so you've Youssef and Lopez. I think imagine Lopez here. Really fucking exciting fighter. This is another good fight. It's another sleeper in there. You know what I mean? It's one you wouldn't talk about till you kind of think on it. You're like, fuck, this is actually a good fight as well. You know.
But it's one of those little kind of sleepers that it's fight of the night. Do you know what I mean? It becomes like the fight of the night fucking contender. Like they're kind of like it's kind of a slot filler, but sometimes
any other card, 100% fight of the night. Any other card. On a card like this, it's easy to see why you kind of sleep on it a little bit, but you shouldn't. I think it's going to be an interesting fight. I'm gonna edge towards Lopez, but it's one of those that I couldn't tell you. I couldn't tell you who's going to win it. I just think maybe Lopez. I'm a bit more excited about him. I've seen a few more of his fights, maybe a little bit higher on him, you know. But yeah, what do you think, Red?
Yeah, no, let's go Lopez again. Don't know a lot about Sadiq Yusuf. Seen Lopez.
Bad man.
So I can only go. Well, his record, what fucking that's a good little record. He has 13 fights, 13 knockouts, 0 beats. But yeah, Lopez just says there more fights, more experience, and he just said he's yeah. Okay, I'll just go Lopez again. I don't because I don't know the UFC. I'd say decision because I don't know.
Actually, what did you say for Caden Turner and Moicano?
I said Turner late knockout, late stoppage, late second, early thirdish kind of.
Right, we've been fairly the same so far, except for Figueiredo Garbrandt. Holly Holm Harrison. This is the one women's fight on the card that I am actually interested in.
Yeah, there's a curiosity there.
Well, Holm is a dog. She's old school fucking vet. She's fought the best of the best in the women's division. You think
great
Holly
boxer.
Holm, Jessica Andrade, fucking Golden Gloves, boxing Hall of Famer. And Kayla Harrison does a lot of hype around her. I've seen one fight, I think I watched of hers, a couple of highlights, obviously a few of her win knockouts and stuff like that, but wouldn't really know much about her other than the hype, you know what I mean?
Yeah, actually, I've seen a video or a picture of her yesterday, and she's built like a fucking shithouse.
Like for her to make 135,
pure granite.
She's fighting at like 165 and all, you know what I mean? 170.
Yeah.
Like she's a big girl. Obviously, coming to the UFC, you would have thought if there was a featherweight division still there for the women, she'd be ideal for that. But she's made the way. She looked rough as fuck, but made it. And I think she's gonna fucking. The last couple of Holly Holmes fights, you can definitely tell she's on the tail end of her career. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Joe. I know about Holly Holm lately. She doesn't look. She looks like she doesn't want to get hit. Whereas before she was willing to take one to give to, like. But now she definitely. I mean, if she gets hit as well, she's very standoffish then, and she allows the opponent then to kind of dictate the fight.
That, since maybe the Amanda Nunes fight, she's gone very grapple heavy. Just wants to get hands on you and push you up against the cage, and it gets a little bit fucking tedious. So I'm kind of edging towards if Kayla Harrison is the hype and the skill and all transfers over to the UFC in terms of level, I'm thinking an early knockout, a quick finish on Holly Holm. That's where I'm kind of thinking.
Right, I'm gonna go with Holly Holm just again to make it a bit different.
Nostalgia.
But and again for the UFC, fucking again 300 thing, the UFC is gonna win. Not the old guard, not the new guard. So
okay,
I'll go Holly.
okay. So
I'm going very nostalgic with my picks today.
with your picks, Jim Miller, Holly Holmes. Go for the nostalgia.
Yeah, fuck it, let's go for it.
Right, next one, Calvin Cater, Aljamain Sterling. Where's your head?
This is a tough fight for Sterling, because he's only stepping down the weight, isn't he? So
he's going up. He's going up from.
Stepping up. From that way. Yeah. So it's a like this is kind of like Poirier versus who's that fucking French fight? Saint Denis. It's that kind of you're stepping up into a new yoke and then fighting a killer, like, you know what I mean? So well, I'll still go with Sterling. I'll still go with Sterling because technically he's a very good fighter.
Against the best of the best in the bantamweight division. He's, going up a weight class and fighting someone who's not. I wouldn't say Cater's not the best of the best in the division, but he's not. He's flittered around the top 5. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he's a very tough fight. He's a very tough fight.
Yeah. I think in terms of Sterling stepping up, I think it's going to be less of an issue than with some fighters because I think he's a big lad. Like, he was ripped every time he fought. The weight cut was a struggle for him. So I'd say he's well used to dealing with featherweights, and his style of fighting is, I will just get hands on you and drag you across that UFC fucking floor.
Yeah.
Cater obviously good hands. If he can keep a standing, it could be a tough night for Sterling because Sterling doesn't like getting hit. Like fucking Ting putting him on his arse in the last fight. Who you wouldn't say is he's fucking O'Malley's a sharp pinpoint accuracy, but he's not the heaviest hitter. But Cater has hands on him. Though we all seen what Max done to Cater as well. Like, he fucking poked the head up him.
Yeah, but Max is again. It's different. It's different level. Like,
he's
Max
not heavy hands, Max, but he fucking dealt with it. You know what I mean? So I think if Sterling implements his game plan, he's used to big fights. He's used to the big nights, and he will try and implement his game plan. If he does that, I think it's a fairly straightforward victory for him. But if Cater can keep the distance, I don't know. I'm gonna go with Sterling again. I think just he's used to the big fights. I don't think it'll be too big a step out of his comfort zone in terms of just moving up the weight class, and in terms of the competition, he's used to fighting the best of the best. So
yeah, I'll say Sterling decision.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. Prozaska and Rakic. Interesting fucking Balkan fight. A lot of fucking a lot of fucking what's Serbian Rakic, is he, or is he Polish? No, or Croatian or something. No,
he's one of those bleeding. I think he's Croatian.
Are they both Croatian? They couldn't be both. Czech Republic Prozaska is, isn't it, against Croatia? So old Yugoslav fucking war lines being thrown down here. But
this is for the ancestors.
Another barn burner of a fight, like Prozaska. Yearly, I'm gonna just say, because of fucking, who can pronounce these names? Too many fucking syllables. Yearly. Exciting fighter, likes to let it go. Rakic a bit more composed, likes to get in the grapple and fucking throw heavy hands. It's going to be an interesting fight. I genuinely don't know, because Yearly giving up his belt was suspect. I don't know. He had apparently the worst shoulder injury the world has ever seen, and then he was healed a few months later and able to fight in a title fight. What was it? Fucking a drug. You got hit with a fucking a USADA violation or something. You know what I mean? He just had to sit out for 6 months, and I don't know. But when he came back, he didn't look great when he came back. That's all.
He didn't look great in the last fight at all. Now, but he's fighting against fucking.
And Rakic, as far as I can remember, Rakic, I think he fucking done his ACL or something, but he was on a good tear before that. I could be wrong on that, but if memory serves, he's coming back from an injury. So it's hard to know where either of them boys are at, but interesting fight. I'm kind of leaning towards Rakic maybe just because Yuri was so bad in his last fight. That's the kind of memory that lingers with me.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Yuri because he was so bad in his last fight.
He can't be any worse on it. I kind of get
no,
it.
No, I think there's always because you're entitled to a bad performance, so I think there's a bit of redemption there as well. So I think he'll really want to win. And
other worry there is if he loses this one, then where the fuck does he end up? He was a UFC champion. He relinquished his belt, went back, got beaten for the belt, and then if he gets beaten in another fight, where does that leave him in the division? You know what I mean? There's a bit of pressure there.
It becomes the gatekeeper then, doesn't he, for the up-and-comers? Like
interesting permutations for that division, isn't it? Like if Rakic gets a win, does he throw himself in the title picture? So I don't know. I'm kind of leaning towards Rakic just based on maybe Yuri's last performance and Rakic's last performance. I remember being pretty good. Right, Bo Nickel, Brundage. This is the. Jeez, I'm glad I didn't say what the phrase that came to my mind there. Could have gotten trouble. But this is the one that kind of sticks out as maybe doesn't really kind of fit in there. It's just thrown in there more for his name rather than the matchup.
The merit of the fight, yeah.
It should have been lower down the card, maybe. I think I would have been fine.
He was.
Yeah, and, if you swap him and the Yuri Rakic fight, if you swap them fights, I don't think the eyeballs are on it as much, you know.
Yeah.
No,
I know because I do remember the Bo Nickel fight was on the prelim, and then it got bumped up for something, and there was a bit of a fucking kerfuffle over it. So it was originally planned to be on the prelims, but again, but like you have to sell your anybody sees something in them, and you have to sell them, and you have to put them on the big stage and stuff like that, and get eyes on them. So
100%.
And again, so I think he's going to win. I think he's going to force rounder this one as well.
I like Brundage. It's a decent step up in terms of opponents from what he has been fighting. It may be a little bit frustration that he should be fighting better competition again, but I think if he gets through this the way you're saying, fairly comfortably, then you will see that they'll jump him up a good bit higher in terms of quality of opposition. But the placement on the card, bit strange, but in terms of the fight and his name and the interest in him as a fighter, I think he justifies being on this card, you know?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I think no surprise there. I think we both think Nickel wins that. Bo Nickel. Oliveira Tsarukyan.
Yeah, you can never really go against Charles Oliveira, though, can you? Even though, because he's just he got that dog in him. Yeah, he can get dropped and then just go up and knock you out. Like,
in fact, it seems to be his MO that he gets dropped.
Yeah,
like when you think of his last run, you know, he's beaten Chandler, beaten Poirier, beaten Gaethje, struggled against Islam, then beats Beneil Dariush. Before that, it was like Tony Ferguson that hadn't been fucking CTE'd to death by Justin Gaethje. You know what I mean? He's beat the best of the best. He's had the toughest run of competition in terms of being a champion. He had that shit with Gaethje where he didn't make weight and it wasn't a title, you know, but I think everyone considered that a title, you know, you're fighting Gaethje.
Yeah. And he's an all-round game. He's so comfortable every aspect of the octagon. You're on your back, he's on your back.
As, you know, in the chaos, you know, he's so comfortable in the chaos. I think he creates that chaos. He'll stand there, he'll get in a dogfight with you, and he doesn't mind if you drop him. He'll say, yeah, come on down here, because I'll end you from anywhere. Yeah. And I think he had that kind of attitude against, I think that was his own doing against Islam, because he seemed to want to prove that, I'll jump in the guard against this cunt and I'll still beat him. And I think he let himself get hit with a few haymakers and sense out of him a little bit. You know what I mean? He kind of his ego lost him that fight more so than his skill set. You know what I mean? I think in a different frame of mind on a different night, it would be a different outcome. That's why I really wanted to see the Islam Oliveira too. And when it
Yeah,
fell out,
rematch.
it was great Volkanovski stepping in, but on short note, I'd have rather it was Oliveira. I think we got robbed of that fight, kind of, and I'm hoping that he gets the job done tonight, so not robbed of it again. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Because that is the next fight, isn't it? If Oliveira wins,
I think so. Like they're saying, maybe Poirier, but how could you give a Poirier over Oliveira, who was booked to fight him, who's beaten Oliveira, and who's
excuse me,
Gaethje wins like he's beaten Gaethje? You know what I mean? I think he is the natural number one contender. I think it's something that he has to get through this fight. But if he beats Sarukian, you have to give it to him. You have to. We need to see that second fight, even though the first one wasn't competitive. On the other hand, I can see if Sarukian beats him even quite convincingly, I could see him maybe being pushed to the side for a Poirier or something and saying, right.
Oh yeah, but Poirier definitely. Yeah, that just ends the discussion if the Tarzukian fucking wins. It just ends the discussion. Poirier gets the nod.
So I would like to see him against Islam again, because I think he has the type of style to give. Obviously, they fought. I think it was his first fight in the UFC, wasn't it? It was one of the first fights. He was very young, still a bit green. I think now he definitely has the skill set to get it done against Islam. He's very similar, you know what I mean? But again, it's starting to just blockages at the top, and you need Islam to be active to fight all these guys who are contenders for him, but it never fucking works out that way, doesn't it? But anyway, Hart says Oliveira with a finish of some sort, but I don't know, my head's kind of going maybe because it's only 3 rounds. I think Sarukian just fucking tries to grapple him for 3 rounds and maybe gets a decision on it. So I'm kind of.
I'm gonna say Oliveira submission.
You going for it, yeah?
Yeah, I'm gonna say submission. I think Oliveira's gonna. Like I just said, he's gonna drag him down into the dogfight, and he'll get the fucking rear naked choke, or he'll get him in some submission. So I'm gonna say, but again, it's only because I'm going nostalgia. It's UFC 300. This is going to be the fight that makes the Islam fight happen. So we don't want Poirier to fucking get the nod and then beat Islam, and then there's gonna be at the So.
Well, they'll have to do the Gaethje fucking rematch again, or the trilogy or whatever.
It can get very confusing. So
the next one, this is my fight tonight. It's
this is everyone's fight. Yeah, this is everyone's fight.
When it was announced, I was when you see people matched up that you kind of like and you don't want to see fighting each other, so you have that momentary, not disappointment, but you're kind of a little bit sad because you're like, fuck, one of these has to lose. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, I hope they both win.
Double knockout victory. As it's worn on, I'm so excited for it.
That's gonna be a great fight, but I could see Gaethje winning it. Second roundish knockout.
Like I've listened, I've actively gone out and listened to a few people within the industry whose opinions you'd respect, say, you know what I mean? And I've been talked into thinking Max will win, and I've been talked into the obvious of Gaethje will win. You know what I mean? I've been able to jump on both sides of the fence, and it's one of those fights where I think I'm favouring Max Holloway because I think I favour Max Holloway as a fighter. But until the first punch is thrown, I don't actually know who I really want to win in terms of the connotations and whose career and the next step. I think if Gaethje gets beaten, he's kind of fucked himself in his last run for the title. Where if Holloway gets beaten, I don't think his stock drops and he can still go down and fight to Poirier, or, you know what I mean, in the featherweight division. But like what happens to Volkanovski is still, when you get beat, it's not always the same when you go down. You know what I mean? It's no kind of it's career ending, these fights are. You know what I mean? You get a head kick from fucking Justin Gaethje. There's not always a bounce back from it. You know, I know Poirier did in the last one, but you don't always bounce back from it. You know, so it's you have to weigh up all the connotations in it in terms of who you want to win. Who do I think's going to win? I think Gaethje's going to win.
Yeah.
I think Gaethje.
And I know that as well. When it comes down to Gaethje and Holloway's them sort of fights, you kind of just hope that A, it's a great fight, and B, the best fighter wins.
Yeah.
That's kind of all you can hope for them, and then you kind of feel less guilty for being happy that
If
Gaethje
it
knocked
runs into
Holloway
the
out in the
later
third round,
rounds,
or vice versa. Like,
yeah, if it runs into the later rounds and Max, he hasn't been dropped, or that he gets hit with the big shot, but it doesn't put him out, and he can keep distance and all. I could see Max winning over 5 rounds, a decision.
Yeah, if it goes to decision, I think Holloway wins. I just don't think. I don't think Holloway's going to knock Gaethje out. Gaethje and Holloway's never been knocked out either, has he?
No, and Gaethje can take a hit. So even if Holloway catches him with a really good punch, you don't really see him being able to sit down enough to put him out.
Yeah, Gaethje's not getting knocked out. Holloway never has been, but if anyone can knock him out, it's just Gaethje.
Now the thing is, if Holloway gets hit that one time and takes it, he's not going to take too many of them. You know what I mean?
That's what I was going to say. Yeah, I was going to say that you can take.
I have been talked into listening to people and saying, "Geez, you know what? Max has a really good chance here as well. Like, you can't write him off."
Yeah, I was talking to one of the lads, and I was saying to them, the guy said that to them about, like, if Gaethje lands that Poirier shot, they were saying to me, like, I was saying, like, if Gaethje lands that Poirier shot, and they were saying, yeah, but Holloway can swallow that. And I was like, yeah, but can he swallow 3 of them? And that's that. And like
3 of them, you know what I mean? He's
if it's in a 5 rounder, like,
yeah, maybe can't. Later. Like you look at his Volkanovski fights, like barring maybe the last one, it was distance control that fucked him over because he just couldn't get close to Volkanovski, and Volkanovski kept leg kicking him and all. Gaethje will do them leg kicks and all, but in terms of distance management and all, like Max never got hit with any big shots from Volkanovski. Like, he didn't get clobbered in the head. He's far enough out and he's good range that he doesn't have to get that close. That like he's not one of those that wades into the firefight and takes hits. Like against Cater, he was looking the other way, dodging shots and all. You know what I mean? That with the Matrix stuff, like. He might get hit once. He might take it once. He might not. But he doesn't get 3 or 4 then head kicks. You're not landing them on him. You know what I mean? Like,
but it's like it's what it is it's like round 2, it's a head kick that he swallows. Fucking round 3, it's a overhand right when Holloway's torn, and it's a temple shot or something. So it's like, and then in the 5th round, Gaethje hits him with a knee.
Gaethje is still dangerous in the 4th round. Is he in the 5th round with them?
That's what I mean. Like them shots.
Chandler standing in front of him, taking full force dukes to the face, and just keeps walking down. Like,
Well, Chandler's is a fucking fridge. You can just beat them. He's a head case. I love Michael Chandler. I love his fights.
Like, imagine Chandler on this card. I'm nearly sad that Chandler has been linked with McGregor because it's put him on the sideline for so long. He could have been on this fight card fighting. I don't know who could you throw him in there against? Anyone in that top 5, like. You could have got him to fight against, and it would have been a fucking exciting fight, Right, so who are you going with? Gaethje, Holloway?
I'm going to go Gaethje knockout.
I'm going to go.
It's controversial. Yeah, go Holloway. Because again, it's like.
I'm going to go Sarukian and I'm going to go Holloway. I'll go the opposite here. I'll go the opposite. Off one, shits and giggles. Weili, Xiaonan, I don't give a fuck. Who do you think? Weili, I'm going to go Weili.
Zhang, go with Zhang, yeah. Right, Pereira versus Jamal Hill.
Here we are.
It's the main event. Right, I'm going to say Hill. Right. And I don't know what it is, right? Do you ever just so you're watching the press conferences and you're watching the little interviews and all that stuff? I just believe Hill
when he says that.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? Because normally at the start when I first seen it at the start, I was like, no, I was like, Pereira beat him at the start, but then because Hill is a great fighter. And I was like, this is going to set up as a bit of a fucking. But then it was just like, as the more I've been watching the UFC pressers and all the build up to it, and every time I see Hill talking, I'm like, this is one of these moments where because everyone thinks it's going to be Pereira, this one's going to show up, and I reckon he's going to win the fight. Like, and Pereira has shown that he's vulnerable to a good smack, like Adesanya. You know what I mean? They dropped him. So
any cunt who can get his arm broke. What's the Scottish guy who fucking broke his arm? And still fight on. what's that fucking Scottish fella?
I'm too shit with names.
Scottish guy with the beard. Fuck, he's
Yeah, Craig.
Paul Craig.
Paul Craig. Sorry.
Paul Craig broke his arm, like, and the cunt still fought on. You know what I mean? Like, he's a dog, and he's knocked out everyone on the way. Now, granted, he was kind of sitting on the sideline for a while, waiting for his title defense, and then he goes and does his Achilles. So all the talk is around, right, 9 months since he done his Achilles. It's a very quick turnaround for an injury like that. Is he ready? Is he still injured? Because we all know, everybody waiting on the 300, waiting on Dana to announce the main event. This definitely wasn't our first choice, without a doubt. Pereira said this was meant to be 301, 302, something like that. It was meant to be like May, June. You know what I mean? It wasn't meant to be.
Yeah.
It was pulled forward for this because they couldn't put together whatever fights they were looking at. Is Hill ready? Was he forced to come back a bit sooner? If he is ready, I fancy him as well. But the only thing hedging me towards Pereira would be the cunt in, I think, in nearly every fight he's been involved in his last 5 fights has been a title fight, like. And the cunt just gets it done. Like, he just doesn't, he under pressure. And, like, of his other fights that weren't title fights, he's like beating Sean Strickland and shit like that. You know what I mean? Who then became champion. Like, he's involved in the biggest of the big fights, and he's only got about 8 or 9 fucking UFC fights. Like, it's madness. Won 2 titles, fought at MSG, headlined the biggest cards, and everyone still doubts him. You know what I mean? They still don't think him. So, like, I'm.
But it's just the thing about Pereira though is that and it's kind of unfair. I think he's kind of just seen as a power, like a power fighter. You know, he has to lance that because he has so much fucking power. So that when everyone's like going, all right, if he lands that shot, he'll win, and then they big up the opponent. And it's like, no, he's a better fighter he's more to his game than just his power. Yeah. So he absolutely merits being the champion as well.
Look, I'd say Hill more relies on his power. It's been his power shots. Like, when he put out Glover and all, it was literally down pure power. He just dropped them. And
Pereira, sweet as well.
I mean, Pereira, even like that first fight against Israel, you were kind of thinking, fuck, he's going to get beaten here because Israel has just managed to stave him off for 5 rounds and not get hit, and he clobbered him with that one shot. In the second fight, I felt it was the opposite way. I didn't see any way Israel was going to be able to stop him. He just kept coming forward, power and all. And I think it was not lucky, but kind of mind games, playing possum, whatever. Israel knocked him out, which was shocking. You'd never expect Israel to knock anybody out. He doesn't seem to have that sort of power in him. But barring that one, would you mistake, confidence, whatever from Pereira, he's been unblemished in his fucking UFC career. Like, everything he's done has been perfection. You know what I mean?
Oh, that's what I mean. Yeah,
he doesn't.
Absolutely.
I don't think he does.
Absolutely.
Like, he put Sean Strickland on his arse with a left hook.
Yeah.
Sean Strickland, who'll be renowned for one of the best defenses in UFC. You know, it's not that his chin, he doesn't really get hit because he's so defensively sound with his guard. Now, he got upended, arse up, face down. Like, I think, I don't know. I agree with you. I was kind of leaning towards Hill, but now I think I'm leaning towards Pereira.
Well, I think Pereira's the favourite as well.
Is he the favourite? Yeah.
Yeah, he's the favourite. Yeah. So I think he's actually the heavy favourite. I think he's the heavy favourite. So
he's a heavy. Well, if it was betting, I'd go for Hill because
I would. Yeah.
I take them odds all day. If Pereira's a heavy favourite over Hill, it's a very, very well evenly matched fight. Yeah, I'm just wondering, does Hill come back the same way Yuri came back? Is there a bit of rust? Is there a bit, because Yuri didn't come back and look anywhere near the Yuri that won the belt. And I mean, Yuri and Hill were meant to fight. He fucking relinquished. It was meant to be him and Hill, and then fucking Hill relinquished, and fucking then fucking Pereira stepped in to fight Yuri. You know what I mean? For the vacant belt or whatever way it went down. I don't know. Yeah, fucking.
Yeah, no, it's a very tough fight. Yeah, I'll go Hill just for the sake of it.
Just for the opposite shits and giggles.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there's our breakdown. Let's have a quick run back through it. We go our takes again. So I'm going Figueiredo, you're going Garbrandt.
Yep, both going Bobby Green.
Don't give a fuck. I'm going Turner. You're going Turner. Boat Lopez. You're going Holly Holm. I'm going Kayla Harrison. I'm going Sterling. Yeah. I'm going Rakic.
Oh, you're going Rakic. I'm going Yuri.
Yeah, I'm going Rakic. I don't think anyone betting on fucking Cody Brundage, send me your bet slips. I want to see that shit. You know what I mean? Don't think anyone's going to be going for him. But yeah, Oliveira. I'm going Sarukian.
Yeah, I'm going Oliveira.
You're going Gaethje. I'm going Holloway. No one gives a fuck about that. You're going Hill. I go Jan. Or fucking Pereira.
So actually a lot of differences in there, actually.
Well, to be honest with you, maybe one or two of them, like, I'd probably go... No, actually, I would go... I'm going Rakic. I want to go Oliveira, but I'll go Sarukian. I think Oliveira is going to win. And I think Gaethje is going to win, but I'm going to go Holloway. So I'm taking the hit for the team here.
So you're the one taking the hit. I thought I was taking the hit because I was being nostalgic.
I don't know. Yeah, maybe the Holloway one is the only one that I don't think a lot of people give Holloway a chance in it, really. But
I mean, but if it gets into the later rounds, I think because like Holloway will kind of outperform Gaethje. I think because he's a better boxer and he's harder to hit and he control the fight more. I just think when Gaethje hits him, and when Max just getting on and having so many fights and stuff like that, and I know and he's never been knocked out, but I just think Gaethje has it in him to knock him out.
Oh, well,
and I can just see it happening. But if Gaethje doesn't manage to knock him out, I reckon Holloway is going to win like 3 to 5 rounds and will win on the decision. Like, but I don't think it'll get to the decision.
Yeah. Yeah, so there you have it, folks. UFC 300. Yeah. Who have you got? Let us know.
Are we mad? Who's mad? Is Tara mad? Am I mad? Are you fucking
crazy
mad?
Enough to fucking stay up and watch it as well, you fucking savages. All the besties. I will be turning my phone off and going incognito till about 11 o'clock tomorrow, I'd say.
I'm going to text her all the results.
Yeah, my phone will be off, don't worry. You'd be blocked, be on mute. So there you go. Folks, enjoy the show, and we'll maybe try and do a breakdown tomorrow then of the fights, how they actually went and how incredibly wrong we were on most of them. Because you know how these nights tend to end up. 3 of the fights would be fucking stoppages for fucking eye pokes and
yeah. You know or else to be all just draws. Yeah. Like all the ones that we went against, they'd all be draws. Like it was like, how the fuck does it even happen? Yeah. That'll only happen if we put a bet on.
Oh yeah, without a doubt. Like we could literally bet each individual fight. But you go him and I go him. Right, that's one bet. You go him and we both lose on all of them. You know what I mean? You're like, fucking something incredible has happened here. It's never happened before. The doctor actually won the fight. You know. Bruce
the referee has lost control and
Anyway, so peace out, bitches.
Yeah, thanks for tuning in, folks, and we hope you enjoy UFC 300.
Yeah, take it easy.
Okay.